Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danny with Invest Digital Assets. I'm just making a new video today. I'm going to talk a little bit about mining. How can you make money in crypto via mining? I'll mention like everything you kind of need, like whether you need a computer, a laptop, a device. I'm going to talk a bit about that because a lot of people know that you can mine Bitcoin, through your computer, or if you can get the device as well. A lot of people are aware of it, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it was Ethereum, Monero. A lot of people are aware that you can mine crypto. But I want to talk a little bit about something else. It is mining. You can still you can earn crypto for free, literally. Now, what are some mining things that you can? How can you mine crypto for free? Well, let's look at the new technology that came out over the last couple of years. It's called DePIN in short, or decentralized physical infrastructure. Well, what does that mean? Well, when it's decentralized, it's owned by the people, right? Well, how exactly are you going to get rewards? Well, let's just give a few examples of what are some of the things that you can mine. Some of you are aware, if you've been in the crypto industry for a while, that there was a few projects like Pi, for example, where you can literally mine the Pi coins directly from your phone. It's very simple. You just download the app and onto your phone, and then you simply run the app, and it's going to mine you Pi coins, right? Now, there's a lot of other stuff like that. There is maps that, if you drive around, you essentially producing a new map, like lifetime feedback for the actual map. You're going to earn some rewards for that, right? You can mine crypto using your Wi-Fi internet. You can mine crypto using your computer. You can mine crypto using your phone. So, well, what exactly do I need to mine crypto? And can I make a living off of that? Well, it's a great question. If we're being completely upfront, not at the moment. If you want to mine Bitcoin and you have a lot of equipment, you can probably make a living off of that. But remember, when it comes to Bitcoin, you have to buy the hardware. Now, let's say you don't want to buy anything, right? Because people know that if you've been around and you know a project called Helium, a lot of people know that if you want to mine Helium, you had to buy the device. The device was around between $200 to $400, and then the initial guys who got in early, they were mining and they were actually making a reasonable amount of money. So that was one of the things. Now, but you don't want to buy the device. You want to mine crypto for free. How can you do it? Right? Well, let's start with the Wi-Fi. So we know that with AI, a lot of projects nowadays, they require a lot of data. And one way you can get all that data is through decentralization, right? You get a whole big group of people who pull together their resources and they create something magnificent. So let's take a project that came out about a year ago. It's called Grass. And, well, what is Grass? Well, essentially, you can mine crypto for free using just your internet. You can do that on the internet. You can do that on your phone. You can mine crypto for free. Well, how does that work exactly? Like, what exactly do I have to do? Do I have to get a device, something? Do I have to spend initial money? No, I don't have to spend any money. Essentially, what you have to do is you need a few things. So you need a crypto wallet, because they're going to be connecting your wallet to the website, and that's essentially how the reward's going to go. But can you make a living off of that? Well, we'll get to that in a second. Now, let's really get the idea of mining. Like, when you mine crypto, let's be honest. You run the software, it's simply running. You don't have to sit in front of it 24/7 to make sure it's mining. You run the program, and it's going to mine crypto. It's that simple. So what are the few things that you can mine? Well, I just mentioned Grass. And why would you want to use that? Well, you want to notice that a lot of projects, when they offer these mining services where you can mine crypto for free, a lot of times their coin is not even out on the market. Meaning that even if you start mining it, the coin is not out. So you're essentially mining points or you don't really know if it's ever going to be out. You'll actually get your money back. So, well, how can you differentiate a little bit? Well, you want to look for projects that, if they do anything with mining, that they actually have a coin that represents the project. Because then, you know that once the mining event ends, whether it's a monthly thing or a year, like in Grass, for example, it's 12 epochs. We're in stage 2 right now. And the moment that's done, we're going to get our rewards. Right? So, well, what do you do exactly? Well, if you have a laptop or a computer, or most likely have a cell phone, as long as you have some kind of data or internet, you simply download the app, you connect it to your wallet, and then you simply run the software. And every day, you're going to start getting points and more points and more points. And what's going to happen at the end of the stage, when it all ends, the amount of points that you've accumulated over the course of a year, or again, depending on the project, all of these points will be converted into Grass token. So yeah, Grass is definitely one of them. Now, let's say you do have, some money, you don't mind spending a little bit of money on, some equipment that you can essentially hook it up and start mining, like helium, for example, or some other project. You need to understand that initially, when a lot of these projects are coming out, they have a thing where, they want to raise money, and they make it so the only way you can actually mine their coin is by getting the device. And without the device, you can't really mine it. Or you can buy it from the market, right? Whatever works for you. Now, a lot of people love the idea, because especially if you're coming in early in the beginning, you tend to, the rewards tend to be higher. It's always like that. In the initial stages, rewards are always high, and then again, as more miners are connecting to the network, the rewards are going to go down. It's very natural. So, in the initial stages, you're definitely going to make money, but over time, again, depending on the price of the coin, if, in a bull market, in good times, you're going to do well, but again, when bear market comes, ideally, you want to recoup all of your money in the beginning. If you spend $400 on a device, you want to get your money back, so at least you get something out of it. And then naturally, you want to profit as well. So there's these ways. You can buy a device, but there's an upfront cost, right? Not every person can afford, $400. A lot of people, I had some people message me, hey, I don't really have money. I can't really invest in crypto, but I know there is ways to mine crypto. Can you recommend me something? And I said, look, you can mine Bitcoin, right, from your computer. But let's be honest, if your computer is not that strong, how much Bitcoin you're going to get? Not that much. Can you make a living off of it? Not really. Absolutely not. You need a whole factory to make a living off of it. But, well, what can you do? So you don't have any money and you still want to get into crypto. Well, again, if you have Wi-Fi, you can already start mining stuff, right? You can already, and again, you don't have to sit there for 24 hours. You simply run the software and it's going to accumulate points. And another thing, a lot of times in these internet mining stuff, especially when it comes to your Wi-Fi, there's like a referral bonus thing where if you refer people and then they join the network as well, you're actually getting an additional points, right? So you don't necessarily even have to be investing a single dollar into it. You can literally by, whether it's posting in social media, kind of putting the word out there. If people use your link and they sign up through your link, well, you're going to get a referral bonus. Every day, every second they're running the software, at the end of the day, you get an additional points. So if you're just by yourself, just an example, a day, and I'll make a video on Grass. I'll actually do a detailed video because we're in Epoch 12 right now. We're in the last stage. I believe at the end of this month, so end of October, probably somewhere, maybe November, December, potentially January 2026. they're gonna release their rewards. So yeah, they'll release their rewards. But then again, so one thing you can do is you can really use all social media to your advantage. You don't have to be the guy with the most money. You just have to be the guy who finesses everything. If you know that you can make money from mining just by using your internet, and you know that if you refer people, and by the way, a lot of people in crypto, they love that kind of stuff. People love making money on the side, right? Especially if it doesn't cost you anything. You're already paying for your internet, and some of you have data on your phone, so you can do it directly from your phone. You don't even need a computer nowadays. So having, imagine you have 100 people or 1,000 people that have used your link. Well, the truth is, you actually don't even have to run the software anymore, because all these people, since they're running it, the fact that they're accumulating points because you referred them, you're actually getting, some kind of residual out of it. You're getting some kind of benefit. Well, what does that mean? So does that mean that a guy with no money whatsoever can potentially make a whole lot of money just by referring people and using their own link? Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely do that. That doesn't mean that a whole lot of people are doing it, but why not? If you can get an additional rewards and it doesn't cost you anything, all it costs is a little bit of your time to go on the platform, on whether it's X, Twitter, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whatever. If you can share your link and you make a really good video and people see that, well, you can actually make money out of mining crypto just by using your internet, this is all legit. The coin is out there, the project is there, so you can do all of your research. But again, by yourself, you're not going to make a whole lot. But what you can use is people like me who love crypto, right? We're doing it. A lot of people, especially in the Philippines, countries like that. In the Philippines, a lot of people, I remember in 2020, during all the Web3 games, the metaverse was very popular in the Philippines because some people were actually making more money by playing the games than going to work, like to have actual job. They were making more by playing a game, a crypto game, than going to a physical job. So for people like that, if you're in very low income countries and you still have Wi-Fi, you have the ability to earn crypto. You're already paying for that internet. Use it to your advantage. Maximize your potential earnings from whatever you're doing. And again, referrals are your best friends. The more people you have on board that use your link, the more rewards you're going to get. The more rewards you're going to get, the more crypto you're going to make, right? Think about it. Yeah. I know I talked a little bit too much on grass, but what are some of the other, free mining that I can use and make crypto? Well, you can provide your cellular SIM to the decentralized, and people can call. Obviously, it's going to cost some money, but because you're providing to the network, you're going to get some rewards. There is all these fitness apps as well. You just have to walk basically, and then by walking you earn these points. But then again, can you make a living out of these points by walking? Well, if you actually do the math, and I don't know how much can you people walk, 10 miles a day, 20 miles, whatever you can. But even if you walk 50 miles a day, you still cannot make a living out of it, because a whole lot of people are tuned into the network. And again, the more people are tuned into the network, the less the rewards are going to be, because it's split in between everyone on the network, right? So going back to grass for a second, it started off, I remember when I joined in, it was about 1 million users. I joined when Epoch 1, Stage 2. Just right after the initial stage, or Genesis, and joined Stage 2. Now there is 8 million people on the network, so imagine. And again, I just want to make sure, guys, that you understand that when you start mining stuff, always in the beginning, the guys who joined in the beginning early on, they get the most rewards. And as more people join the network, those rewards get slashed by half and then half and then half. Again, every project is a little bit different. They all have their own methodology of how they calculate how many coins you're going to get for your points that have accumulated over the time. So in my case, I'm going to make a video on that. I've accumulated about 2.4 million points over the course of a year. And I'm really curious how much that's going to be in grass coins. Very, very interesting. But yeah, guys, it's been going on for 16 minutes now. Just wanted to make a short video because a lot of people think that you got to put an initial, some kind of upfront cost to mine crypto. That's not true. It might be true with some cryptos like Bitcoin, but again, there is if you actually do your research, if you dive deep into decentralized physical infrastructure, you're going to find a lot of projects that offer you rewards for contribution, whether it's your internet, whether it's you're providing live feedback to maps, whether you're providing cellular data, whatever it can be, you can still earn crypto for totally free. You don't have to do anything. You just need an internet and some kind of device, whether it's a mobile phone or a computer. Anyway, that was video on mining. There's a lot of stuff you can mine nowadays. I know initially when crypto came, it was Bitcoin, Monero, Dash, Cash, all of these coins that, Ethereum, obviously people were mining. But that was the initial stages. That was a while back. If you start mining these, you're not really going to make anything. So look ahead. What is new out there that you can take advantage, that it's still fairly early on, that you can actually make reasonable amount of rewards? Because again, every stage of whatever project is, as they move to the different stages, their rewards get lower and lower and lower. Like for example, take Bitcoin for example. Every halving, so every 4 years or so, every halving their rewards get slashed. It's very simple. So in the mining world, it's very similar like that. Again, you join the early on, you're going to get the most rewards. You join late, the rewards are going to be very minimal. But again, you have the option to refer people. The more people you bring on board and they actually run the mining stuff, you're going to get some rewards, and that's going to take you a very long way. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's Danny here, Invest in Digital Assets. I love you guys. All the best. Keep investing.